So fast forward to 2025. Is Africa still as wealthy as it was in Mansa Musa's time? Absolutely. This continent remains a treasure trove, producing over 50% of the world's diamonds, more than 25% of its gold, and a staggering 75% of the world's cocoa. Add to that 12% of global coffee production, 15% of cotton, and 8% of oil. Well, the list just goes on and on. Africa has the resources. So here's the billion-dollar question I've got for you. Why does a land so rich in resources grapple with poverty? How did a continent that once made the world turn its head in envy become one of the poorest places on earth? What do you think? So here's something to consider. Africa can rise again. And believe it or not, we're starting to see glimpses of that right now. It's happening right now across the continent. The Alliance of Sahel States. So in September 2023, three nations that once formed the heart of the Mali Empire, Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, decided that they've had enough. Enough of being dictated to, enough of outside interference, enough of systems that keep them dependent. So they joined forces to form the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, a move that's not just about politics, but about rewriting the rules of West African sovereignty. And their mission? To take control of their security, their economy, and their future. Despite security threats, economic instability, and mounting pressure from Western nations and regional bodies, these countries are standing firm. They want to break the chains of neocolonialism and forge a new path of self-reliance and independence. So the question is, will they be able to? Well, they're not just talking about it, they're already making moves.
Marking an end to more than a decade-old French operations in West Africa's Sahel region, France has withdrawn its last troops in Niger. France's move comes after military junta that seized power in Niger made France's military exit as one of its key demands, echoing the sentiments of juntas in neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali.
They left ECOWAS. Yep, they said, we're out. Why? Because they believe ECOWAS has too much Western influence and does not serve their best interests. They kicked France's military out. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso have had enough of foreign troops stationed on their soil, and they've sent them packing. They cut economic ties that kept them at a disadvantage, and they're rethinking trade relationships and focusing on self-sufficiency rather than dependency. They're planning a new currency. One of the most ambitious projects on the horizon is the creation of a common currency to replace the CFA franc, a currency that's been controlled by France since the colonial era. And I have an episode coming about this for you. But leading this charge, a man who at just 37 years old has been shaking up the system, Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. This guy is not playing. Since taking power in 2022, Traoré has been making bold, unapologetic moves. Let's run through what he's been up to so far. He's built over 55 new hospitals in Burkina Faso. And not just any hospitals, he's constructing the most advanced cardiac care facility in all of Africa. He's launched Sahel's first electric vehicle, and not just any EV, but one that rivals Tesla. He's banned certain Western imports. This one got a lot of attention. Traoré is telling his people, we don't need to depend on the West for everything. We can produce our own. That includes banning certain Western-made clothing to encourage local textile production. He's opened Burkina Faso's first gold refinery. Instead of sending all that wealth abroad, Traoré wants Burkina Faso to refine its own gold and keep the profits right at home. You see, this is bigger than one country, right? This is about a shift in mindset, one that says Africa doesn't need to beg for its wealth back. Africa already has it. It just needs to control it. So here's the question. Can Africa have another Mansa Musa moment? Are we seeing the beginning of an era where African nations no longer just supply the world's wealth, but actually control it? Because think about it. Mansa Musa's empire was built on its natural resources. But what happened after? Mali's wealth made it a target. Outside forces took advantage of instability, and eventually it crumbled. So if Africa is on the rise again, what lessons need to be learned to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself? How does Africa secure its wealth this time? How does Africa ensure its growth isn't exploited again? And can this resurgence happen faster than we think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Oh, I cannot wait to hear from you. And if this deep dive got you thinking, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this episode with 10 people at least, because these are the conversations that we need to be having. That's it for today's breakdown. I really enjoyed bringing you today's episode. Thanks for staying with me. Until next time, take care, guys.